Hello, friends, and welcome back to Malicious Compliance Stories. This would be such a horrible experience. It's amazing how oblivious people can be of their bad behavior. Even if approached, I'm sure she would not apologize and just double down on her ridiculous story of checking if it was safe. More right after a short pause. But before we begin, best way to support our channel is to leave comments, like, and subscribe with the turned-on bell so you don't miss the new video every single day. Woman shakes the bottom of the ladder I'm standing on. I work at a large retail chain where most of our stock that's been unboxed and unwrapped that's ready to go on the floor gets placed into overhead bins above the racks and inside the walls, usually covered and disguised by posters. This is so when stock runs low, we can very quickly replenish it. I hate heights, but as a result, a huge part of my job is climbing up ladders to replenish stock. Last week, we were out of stock of item, and it just so happened to be on the highest shelf of the excess stock, so I had to use the tallest ladder, which is about 2 meters or 6.5 feet, basically the height of an impressively tall man from its lowest to highest usable step. Again, I really do not like heights. I understand to a lot of people this may not seem very high, but I'm always extremely stressed doing this, and my biggest fear has always been, since I started this position, some dumb Karen coming over and knocking me over. Last week, my head inside the shelf, standing on top of the ladder, I feel someone at the bottom pushing and pulling. I instantly pull my head out of the shelf, clutching the item, and grasp onto the handle at the top of the ladder. I can literally hear my heart beating inside my head. I look down, gasping for air, and it's some dumb, youngish woman about 23 or 24 smiling up at me, completely oblivious to how effed up of a thing that is to do to someone. Just checking it's sturdy. Nice work. I was really shocked because to see someone around my age being such a Karen threw me off. But it was the fact that she was so oblivious to why shaking a 2-meter ladder someone was standing on wasn't okay. In my nightmare situation, it was always a Karen at the bottom going, "Yoo-hoo! What do I need to do to get some assistance in here?" or something along those lines. After she stopped shaking, she walked away and I slowly climbed down. I turned my back to quickly replenish the stock I'd pulled. It only takes 10 seconds and I'd already gone to all that trouble. And when I went to walk around to find my manager, I couldn't find one. Nor could I see the woman. I told a coworker I needed a bathroom break, but I really just needed to calm down. And when I came back, the woman had definitely left the store, and I kinda just let it slide, I guess. I don't really have a super comfortable relationship with supervisors or managers at my place, so I figured if I see her again, I'll have a polite but firm conversation. But I probably won't. Sometimes I just don't understand what's wrong with people. And our second story. Entitled mom throws tantrum and gets kicked out of ICU. I work in a hospital doing health information management while in school. Anyway, here goes nothing. Me is me, EM is entitled mom, DR is one of the head doctors, N is nurse, and 2 is nurse 2, PW is poor wife. So anyway, I work at this specific hospital and we're really good about keeping our turnaround times for patient charts. So like usual, I go on one of my rounds to collect charts. Today, I'm given the ICU. Now, the thing about these charts are they're placed in nurse stations scattered around. I go into these charts and take out what needs to be filed electronically to make sure everything is all in. So I'm pretty much going through these charts and it's the usual crap. However, I get to this one chart, and let's just say this patient was in an induced coma. Therefore, there was a lot to go through to see what needed to be pulled out. Everything in these charts are PHI, or protected health information, which can only be disclosed to said patient or who they're authorized. However, not even patients can directly look into their own charts and need to go through clearances to do so. Laws are strict as hell. So anyway, while I'm going through this chart and our lovely entitled mom appears, she looks like any typical Karen in their 60s. She had that big floral print pink jean jacket with khakis, a purse that was way too big for her. EM, hello, I'm looking for my son's room. Smiling, I kind of close the chart so she won't be able to see in. Me, oh, okay, let me get a nurse to help you with that. EM then kind of looks at me with an, "Are you serious?" face. EM, are you not a nurse? why are you behind here then? I'm kind of confused as I have my badge on showing I'm staff, but I'm also wearing office clothes and not scrubs. Me. I just do the records, but let me get you that nurse. Smiling, I turn around with file still in hand before she stops me. EM. Wait. Me. Yes. EM. Those are records, right? Me. Looking down at the binder. Yes. EM. That's my son's name, so those must be his records. Let me see. At this point, I'm just kind of smiling and looking at her. Me. Sorry, ma'am, this is sensitive information and I'm afraid I can't let you see it. However, if your son has given you permission, you can discuss his condition with his doctor. Her son's like 38, by the way. EM. Excuse me? Of course I'm on my son's effing file. That's my son. I have every GD right to see that right now. Me. I'm sorry, ma'am, but with accordance to the law, I cannot let you see these. EM. Then why the F are you looking? My son doesn't even know you. Why are you going through his files? At this point, a nurse finally intervenes. N. Hello, ma'am. What seems to be the problem? EM. This B is going through my son's charts without his permission. I just kind of look at her like, what the F? N. She has authorization by the hospital to go through charts. Are you looking for someone? At this point, EM is glowing red and crossing her arms so hard I swear she's going to break her own ribs. When I thought it couldn't get any worse, she just kind of throws her purse down on the ground. Her crap just completely spills all over the floor, which is a hazard since some patients come out for walks to prevent blood clots and such. On top of that, she pretty much halted all the hallway traffic with her crap. EM. Where's a doctor? I want to speak to a doctor. To which one of the head doctors, which I say with perfect timing, came in. She was a sweet middle-aged woman and usually very patient and agreeable. Doctor. Hi there. EM. This B and this stupid nurse are not letting me see my son's file. At this point, EM is just yelling and catching everyone's attention. She kind of gives me and the nurse this dirty stare while the doctor reaches for the file in my hand to look in it. Doctor. What's your name? EM gives her name while I swear she's stabbing daggers into my soul and the nurse's. Doctor. I'm sorry, ma'am, but your name is not on the PHI form, so I'm not allowed to discuss any of this with you. However, you can discuss it with your family member. I swear to God, she just effing explodes. EM, that SOB of a daughter won't effing tell me. Just let me see the damn chart. It's my effing son. You have no right to treat me this way. Who the hell do you think you are? You can't treat me like this. I'm a patient's family member. The doctor is now trying to calm her down while I slowly explain the law again while the nurse calls for security. At this point, she's disturbed a whole wing of patients, is blocking a hallway, and refuses to at least bring down her tone. EM, I'm gonna get you all effing fired. You have some nerve as a doctor. You're supposed to help people. With all the attention now on us, eventually poor wife comes in. PW, EM, what's going on? It's clear to see that this woman is pregnant, like heavily pregnant. Her husband's in the ICU, and she has an entitled mother-in-law. I feel so bad for her. EM, there you effing are. Tell these people I can see son's chart. Poor wife looked so startled, and she's just kind of standing there looking at us, trying to decide. But thank God security had finally arrived. While EM was being dragged out, she finished with the, I'm going to sue you all. Like, yeah, lady, that's why you're not allowed in the ICU anymore. After she was cleared out, I was talking to the wife, trying to calm her down because being put on the spot like that really messed her up. You know, pregnancy hormones and all. And she explained that EM had shunned them since finding out she was pregnant because she refused for her grandchild to be biracial. I can understand wanting to know what's going on with her son in the ICU. Emotions are high. But to treat people like that, to curse them out, there's no excuse. And our last story. HOA member doesn't like me kayaking. I moved into a condo I bought a little over a month ago. The place came out great. HOA docs look good, etc. It comes with a deeded storage unit in the basement and a parking spot. I found out a few weeks ago that we're located really close to a free public boat launch, and as an avid kayaker, I've always wanted my own, but always had issues of storage and transport in an apartment and with no car. I started researching the best way to manage this and how to store and transport the kayak from my condo to the boat launch. No one else has a kayak on the property, at least that I can find in the open anywhere, so there wasn't anyone I could ask about the logistics of storing a kayak on the property. I briefly considered figuring out some way to secure my kayak in my parking spot, since people keep all kinds of things in their spot that aren't cars, but was never really easy with this option, and then someone asked to rent the spot from me. I then started looking at modular, folding, and inflatable kayaks and decided on a modular one that breaks into 3 pieces that I can keep entirely within my personal storage locker. Since then, I've been taking it out, assembling it, putting it on a cart, and taking it 5 blocks to the boat launch. Well, one of my neighbors, who happens to be on the board, doesn't like that. She's largely convinced that it's not safe for a young lady like me to be moving a kayak or kayak pieces around, nor is it safe for me to paddle on my own. It's literally none of her business as far as I'm concerned, but I'm an excellent swimmer, kayaker, and scuba diver, and I carry and wear a PFD when paddling and log a float plan with local friends. There's literally nothing about storing boats or kayaks on the property or what you can put in the storage lockers in the HOA docs. Nothing prohibits this, actually. But now she's trying to pull rules out of her butt that it's not allowed on the property in any form or any location and get it banned as a safety risk and pressuring me to get rid of it ASAP. She also has been reporting me to the police for various things, including missing person who likely drowned to the Harbor Patrol, theft, and being a danger to myself and others. The local cops aren't very happy with this, and I'm getting a vibe from them that they're about to impound my kayak if my neighbor doesn't STFU. Anyway, with HOA rules that don't say crap about storage locker content, kayaks, etc., and some old busybody complaining to the cops about this, I just want to continue with this hobby without being constantly harassed or having my kayak taken away for bullcrap reasons. Hey guys, thank you all for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one.